Now, being that you're a bit of a jet setter in these uncertain times, are we the only ones quarantining, or like when you go to Florida, do you need to quarantine there? When you go to Singapore, do you need to quarantine there? What are the differences with these countries?
Yeah. Look, it's funny that you asked me that question, man, because honestly, I lived a bit of a life, man, that I like. I say to my mates, I'm like, I don't want to sound like weird or anything, but I feel like I've got to write this stuff down. Like the story that I just lived in was like, whoa, like what's the word? Like a contrast. What a contrast of two different worlds. Like, I literally went to Florida, man. You flew in, no one asked a question. No, the plane was full. The airport was packed. Everything was working. All the cafes were up. But everything was a little bit different. I'm not going to lie. It was a little bit different when I landed in Florida. Usually it's packed there. It was a bit quiet there. But LAX was packed. The plane was full. So that was like, I flew from Sydney to America. And on my plane, there was literally about eight people on an international flight. Like, wow. Like, I felt like you're on a private jet. Like, literally, you had your own, every two passengers had their own flight attendant. You know, you wanted a drink, it was down there in seconds because they had nothing else better to do. But yeah, then I landed in America, and so when I was in the Sydney airport, it was just like, wow, this is whack. Like, there's no one here. Like, everything's closed. This is scary. Went to Florida. I was like, okay, here we go. We landed in LA. It was all normal. Went to Florida. Everything was normal. Like, you don't understand, in Florida, we're training. We're training every day. We're going to the shops. Everything was open. We're going to cafes. We were, shooting guns. Like in Florida, there's a shout out to American Gun Range. We're there every day shooting, having fun, just living the wild west. Hire a car, yeah, bang, cruising around in a car. Just life, just living. How I personally think we should live life. Like, I really do. Yes, there needs to be some forms of laws and some form of keep everyone safe. I get it, but we are free people. We are born free, and we should die free, right? That's how I believe it. So there, in Florida, having a ball, training, doing what we do, getting to fight each other. Then I flew to Singapore. I flew into Singapore as soon as I landed. And I just want to make this clear as well. When you're in another country, I will follow their rules, and I'm totally respectful of all their rules. So when I was in Singapore, a lot of the stuff I disagree with, but I'm like, hey, it's not my country. It's like when I come to your house, I take my shoes. If you want to take my shoes off, I take my shoes off, man. But at my house, if you told me to take my shoes, I won't tell you to get bent. I was like, get the fuck out of my house, man, because my house, my rules, yeah? So I'm in their country. I land, and I was able to, when I was in Florida, I shot a 50 cal. I don't know if you're into your guns.
Yep.
So a 50 cal is like, they're like, whoa. So I shot that, man. Like, what an experience for starters. And secondly, I got the bullet, man. I picked it up, and in the times that we're in, man, to me, that bullet meant a lot to me, because it was like, man, this bullet signifies to me freedom. Like, I'm able to pick up a gun and shoot it here in Florida, and it's not weird. If I had a gun like that in Australia, mate, there would be helicopters, army at my house. I'm like, bro, relax. I'm not even using it. I've just got it. Like, calm down. So then I went to Singapore, and bang, straight away, oh, what's in your bag? I said, oh, what do you mean? Oh, you got 2 bullets in your bag. I was like, yeah, but they're empty, man. They're just shells. Yeah, that's illegal. You can go to jail for that. I was like, oh, man. I said, but they're empty. They're just pieces of metal, like, at the end of the day. They confiscated them. I had to fill out a form. Then from there, we went to go to get into a taxi. Can't go on the same taxi. All 3 of us, there was 3 of us who were on the same plane. All had to go on separate taxis to the same destination. They put us in a taxi, drove us.
Why is
couldn't
that?
Get out of the taxi.
Why is that?
Because of the COVID. So, there's something to do with the whole COVID situation. I mean, I don't understand. We just flew like literally 24 hours together. We've lived together. We've trained together. Now we're literally being split up in taxis. So that was strange. That was the first part. I was like, okay, here we go. Got in the taxi. I'm walking up. The taxi driver's like, I'm not allowed to touch your bags. It's illegal if I touch your bags because you just came off the flight. You could have COVID. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I started putting my bags in the car. This is at 3 a.m., mind you. I'm dead tired. I'm putting my bags in the car. Drives us to the hotel. Wait in the car. Don't move. So I'm sitting in the car. I'm like, all right, what's going on here? They grab my bags. Now, finally, someone's allowed to grab my bag. The bag boy grabs my bag. Mate, he sprays this bad boy down. I felt like I was at a car wash, like they're spraying it down, wiping. I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here, man? Like, they're going to wash me next, man? Is this the service you're getting? Singer, this is cool, man. Like, wash me down next, no? So we get out the car. Couldn't even go in the front door. They had to take me through the service elevator. They'd take me through in the back door. I'm talking this big-ass hotel, gangster hotel, through the back door up a service elevator. So, like through the car, up elevator, straight to my room, they put my bag in my room. The guy goes, "Oh, look, I'm not allowed to give you a key because you're not allowed to leave your room while you're here. So good night." They shut the door, and I'm literally in my room going, "All right, well, I can't leave. Like, we're so sorry. Went up the elevator. There's a guy sitting at the elevator on every single level, 24 hours, 24 hours a day. You got to sign in. They sign you in. You go to your room, and if you come out your room, that guy's going to see you, and you're not allowed to leave your room. So we're stuck in our room, unless we're to train, unless we go to training, or unless for the fight, we're scheduled for something, we weren't allowed to leave our room. So we were stuck in our room for the first 2 days for 48 hours straight until we got our COVID test back from the airport. And we were just stuck sitting in our rooms waiting 48 hours until they gave us a negative result. And then from there, you're allowed to book 1 hour a day of training where they come and get you from your room, walk you to the training center, you train, and then you get escorted back to your room. You have to fill out the forms when you leave, when you come back. And I was like, wow, what a contrast to the two worlds, where I was in Florida where they couldn't even give a damn. Couldn't give a damn what was going on. And I'm not going to say they don't give a damn, but also, America is very much about freedom and about, people deserve to. And I'm not saying I'm not trying to put anything else, but then Singapore, they believe in, we need to help our people. We need to quarantine these people. We need to make sure they're safe. And that's how they do it. Like I said, when I'm in your house, I follow your rules. And I think Singapore did a great job. The way they looked after us with one championship, like, you literally feel like a king. Like, you ring up, "Oh, yeah, I want a coffee." Yeah, bang, this lady comes running in with your coffee. You're like, "Oh, this is, there's no need to even leave my room. Like, why would I even want to leave? Like, I'm like a king in here." Besides the social element, and I don't really know anyone in Singapore, so I actually found it all right. I don't really care to leave my room. So I only really want to train and fight. That's what I'm here to do.
It means you could walk around. It means you could walk around in the robe all day, right?
That's it, man. And that's exactly, and I've got to admit, our rooms in Singapore, one championship, they took care of us, man. Like, our rooms were like next level, man. I'm talking like gangster chandeliers. I was like, man, I know what it feels like to be rich. You know what I mean? Like, then I come to this room. It's like a cell in this room in here. They look after us here. But that was such a weird and amazing time in my life where I was like, wow, I got to see, the freest of the free compared to this modern day world that we're trying to build now. And I'm just like, Australia used to be somewhere in the middle. Like, we used to have that nice middle ground. We had a bit of rules, we had a bit of freedom, but it was nice middle ground. But I feel like we're leaning a bit to that new world, and it's starting to worry me. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like I live this crazy life, because I literally got to see the future from that's how I feel about it. So that was my experience, and I think it changed me a lot as a person.